This is the MT predictor update for May 9th. As you can see, this is the daily YM chart here. This is our kind of wave 3, the typical wave 3 area where we expect that to set up resistance there, a supply area, if you will, and this would be on your chart ahead of time. We would have known this area, and this in fact was the top there. And if we want to get corroboration, if we look at the weekly YM, we also had this decision point. In fact, I can remove this here. This decision point, which typically will tell us when a market has topped or bottomed. If I go back a little bit here, you can see the bottom here that was called by the DP, and blue reversal bar here, and you can actually set up a long trade off of that, and that is done. In fact, if I simply click on the bar here, that would set up our trade for us. So we had confirmation on the daily and the weekly that a top may be in. The other thing I'll show you, if I can pull this up here, is we have our volume here, and these red volume bars are coded specially to capture an area where there's high volume, where buyers in this case may be getting trapped up here. And so we got a high volume bar here just a couple weeks before the big drop here, and was an indicator. That coupled with the DP the following week was a good indication that a top may be in, and of course we did get that extreme sell-off over 1,000 points in the YM before it did bounce off. There's the weekly 50 period here. So pretty interesting week. Let me go back now and show. Here was bring this into focus for you here. It's a little harder to get this trade in because of the size of the drop that took place. This happens to be the Russell, and you can see we hit an area of, we had a little ABC correction here. The MT predictor software would have this area in place ahead of time. In fact, I can scroll back here, take this analysis off here. And you can see if I just kind of step this forward, there's the TS3 automated setup, and then you can just simply select that to set up the trade. And then step forward and see how this is kind of played out here. So here was the first target. Okay, you see how it pretty quickly took out that target. And what we look to do is, once this target is hit and we get confirmation from our strength bars, here's our strength bars here, and once they begin to move below this strength bar line here, as you can see it was here, we want to start managing the trade using our trailing stop here, the little red dots, the ATR trailing stop. And of course we got that big spike down. We're going through 3 targets here. And then here was a reversal bar here. And if we see a risk to reward of 70 to 1 on that. Let me pull this back over here. Try and fit it all in here. So that was a pretty amazing trade and pretty amazing day. Okay, and finally here, I just wanted to show you Friday's trade here in the YM. This was the 3-minute, only trade of the day. And I'll click, you see the automated TS3 setup came into play. What we're looking for now is a red reversal bar in order to have the software set up a trade for us. Here's the red reversal bar. Our trend here is red, so we can take a short trade, and with one click I'm going to click on this red bar, and the system's going to set up the trade for us automatically, and it's going to tell us based on our account size how many contracts can we trade. In this case, one contract at 10,466. That's the entry. Our risk is going to be $225. Our stop here at 10,511. Also have the indication here that we have resistance, and our 100% initial risk will be covered at 10,421. That's basically when we'll be up $225 that we're risking. And we'll see our profit target way down here, 5.3 risk to reward ratio if hit at 10,226. The profit potential there would be at $1,199. This happens to be this typical wave C would be target number 2 if we got down there. And so we'll just step this forward here. So at this point, our initial 1-to-1 risk reward is hit there. And it just kind of meandered around that area through lunchtime. Now you see this TS3 popped up, but again the trend is short, so we're ignoring those as far as taking them to the long side because it's against the trend. But we do have to pay attention because it is a long setup there, and we're short. But we'll see. Just let it play out here again. Since we did hit this 100% initial risk area here, you can move your stop from the 10,511 area to the entry or thereabouts at 10,466 in order to make sure that you can't lose on the trade. So we're coming into 2 o'clock. Now we got a DP decision point there. Again, another long setup. Our trend is still to the downside, so we're not looking to take any longs here, and we're in a short. So we'll see how this ends. So we got close to the target there, and it's just after 3 o'clock now. And at market close, would have to exit that trade there. Never got fully to the target, but still a profitable trade there with a very low risk, $225. And let's see on the close here. Risk reward of 3, so a profit of $645 on a 3-to-1 risk reward, which isn't bad. And so that was the trade on Friday. Anyway, hope this is helpful, and we'll do it again next week.